And it was a pleasant evening, so we could sit outside.
It's easy to see that listening
Okay.
is a skill perfected by 86-year-old Dr. Bob Maddox.
You still go to the church on the circle over here? I was the minister in that Westmoreland church.
But this longtime pastor, author, and theologian also has a remarkable way with words,
I had begun to write for the president.
landing this humble preacher from the Deep South an audience and eventually a decades-long friendship with former President Jimmy Carter and First Lady Rosalind Carter.
I have enormous respect for him and Rosalind both, and count it a great privilege to have known President Jimmy Carter. It's just one of the great moments of my life.
Maddox got to know the Carters, a deeply faithful family, prior to the couple's ascension to the White House, when he pastored a church near the Carters' home in Plains, Georgia.
This is my wife and my son-in-law, Jimmy and Rosalind. Jimmy and Rosalind got Jesus. And it was just as natural as breathing to them. There was not some kind of big crusade, but they did use their platform to make a huge difference in the world in just a lot of ways.
Maddox grew so inspired by Carter's push for peace in the Mideast that he put pen to paper.
And so I had the idea to write the speech that Carter could use for the signing ceremony. Nobody invited me to do it.
Congratulations.
He wrote President Carter's famed address, delivered after Egypt's Anwar Sadat and Israel's Menachem Begin signed the Camp David Accords in 1978, ushering in a rare era of peace in the Mideast. A certain string of words earned Maddox a job in the Carter administration as a speechwriter and eventually the White House religious liaison.
And I had come upon a phrase from a friend, "Peace like war is waged."
From there, Dr. Maddox did his best to keep up with the pressure cooker that is working in the White House.
It was unbelievable.
This rarely seen photograph serves as a powerful example. While aboard Air Force One with the First Lady, they heard the horrifying news.
Word came to us in this moment that the Iranian hostages had been taken.
Dr. Maddox readily admits that President Carter had his struggles, saying he could be curt, ornery, and loathed the schmoozing needed to build consensus on Capitol Hill, stressing that the First Lady was far more adept at politics. But he says Carter's humanitarian work after leaving the White House remains unmatched.
Oh, there's no doubt. No doubt the greatest post-president that we've had.
Dr. Maddox says over the years, he's grown even closer with the Carters, gathering at least once a year in fellowship.
Here he is, Rosalind with her walker and he in the wheelchair.
And this pastor says, whether we knew it or not, faith was deeply embedded in every decision that our 39th president made.
He incorporated the best of who we are, and we'll miss that.
I'm Jay Korff for 7 News.